So we are back with the repotting of this white fusion Calathea. Oh, Calatheas. They are between alocasias and Calatheas. They're just such spider mite prone beast. So anyways, or divas, whatever you want to call it. What I'm going to do here today, this is one that I literally brought back from the dead many times, and it's just kind of, there's a love-hate relationship with this, and so I'm getting ready to repot. It's not looking the absolute best. This is just basically a mixture of some peat moss and perlite. You could probably do a lot less perlite than that, but we're going to go with that. That's okay. And I got some size pots. I'm actually going to split it by division. So if you've ever wondered, well, how do you propagate Calatheas? Well, let me show you how. I've done this several times. I actually have burl marks that I don't know if I watered it something wrong or something, and then the plant started looking like it was getting ready to die. So I was like, you know what? This is a perfect time for me to divide it. And then I ended up dividing it in new soil. And once I did that, I ended up probably with 12 new pots of plants, and they're huge and beautiful and wonderful. So burl marks is a really easy Calathea. This is obviously not burl marks, but it's a very beautiful one. I'll show you another one here too that's a really easy one. If you look up here, the Macchione, the Calathea Macchione, all the way up over by the looking glass begonia, you can kind of see it's like, sorry, my hands are dirty with the dirt, but right there. And then I've got one peeking through.
Did you say burl marks is a Calathea?
Yeah, there's lots of different types of burl marks as a name, but there's a burl marks Calathea. It's very pretty. Okay. It's that one that, yeah. Got anyways, so so I'm gonna, this one, I think it's just time. I'm gonna divide it. Actually, I'm gonna give Eki, if you want to take that. So we've got some pots here. What I'm going to do is, if you've never had Calathea before, it's in about that size pot. Like I said, I brought this back from the dead, basically so many times. If ever you get a lot of spider mites on your Calatheas, you can just cut them off. You can cut the whole leaves off. And I know it seems pretty scary when you do that, but just cut them all off, spray it, treat it, put the granules. Granules are super important, but, and you can kind of see that looks like, well, I'll do that here in a little bit. But see, this almost looks like this is just pure peat moss. So that's why you can get away. And this looks like it was pretty root bound. The thing about Calatheas, even though they can be quite diva-ish, they really do. Some plants get root rot real easily, and some plants will get, like, they can't tolerate a ton of water, but these are ones that can absolutely tolerate more water. And so you can see here what I usually do. I'm trying to divide this. So this is how you would basically propagate a Calathea. So I've got clumps here, and if you can see, I've got several clumps. You have to be very careful, but if you look, I've got basically a unit here, unit there. Sorry, you probably can't see that. Unit here, unit here. And so I've got several options. I probably could actually get...
So we can do like a few.
Yeah.
Like more than two.
Yeah, but you know, when you divide them, especially one, like the lighter ones, the lighter ones have a tendency to grow slower, and they're a lot more diva-ish, and they're a lot more prone to spider mites. And I think there's a rule in general about a lot of plants. The thinner leaf ones are just more susceptible. If you think about it, they just don't have as much reserves. So I feel like they're also kind of more prone to pest as well. Why did I say that? There was a reason why I was saying that. Where I was getting with that was that when you're dividing it, you really have to be careful to just make sure you wash it really close. And you might even want to put it in like a humidity dome, like a Ziploc bag, aka a Ziploc bag, after doing it, because it needs all of the love that it can possibly get. Now, if you're doing a thicker leaf Calathea, you're not going to have as many issues probably with, you still get a little bit of that shock that they're going to have. But you see what I'm doing here, and I'm kind of like canaling out hollowing out the dirt at the bottom. What I'm doing is I'm kind of using my fingers to go wherever the dirt is going to let me without ripping the roots. Yeah, without disturbing the roots too much. Because really what I want to do is I want to keep most of the roots intact. That's really important. Your plant's going to go into a little bit of shock whenever you're trying to cut things off. So this one definitely looks like it's pretty root bound. It's been in there for a while. It's almost like it's kind of funny because the roots actually look really good, but I probably didn't need that much perlite in there. We might need to do a little bit more
peat moss.
Yeah, I'm thinking. So I'm just kind of like taking some of the dirt off, and
Are you gonna be strategic as far as like which clumps to keep together as far as like
Probably.
the variegation?
well,
Like,
no,
okay.
because you can't. I'm not gonna really do that because I'm just gonna go with what's there. So like in other words,
Right.
I could just go right down the middle,
Right.
but I'm trying not to like cut the root too much of the, like basically how do I put this, the root ball for that clump, because the more that I do that, and I may have to do that here because this is so, I may have to cut something here because it's just like, yeah.
Oh, so what you're saying is, if it wasn't so root bound, when you take off the dirt, like you can keep together a bunch of the roots without cutting them, basically. Like
Yeah, I usually try to. That's why I'm being really gentle with even like kind of hollowing out some of the dirt area. I'm kind of trying to open up without like chopping the roots.
Okay.
So like I know that's going to happen. But like you see here, I've got like this circular.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just it fit the form of the pot with the roots, and so I'm just trying to like get the best, and it's not going to be perfect. You don't want to take a ton of dirt off. You want to keep as much dirt as you possibly can. But at the same time, what I'm trying to do is without like really like disturbing the roots too much. And some people will be like, you're fine. But this is what I found success with, and I've been able to do division with Calatheas many, many times and end up with very successful, healthy plants. It's always just that first, good month after doing it. But like, you can look and see here.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so I'm
what do you
not
call
gonna,
this again?
Division.
Splitting by division?
And I probably won't do too much more because sometimes you just got to go with, but I try to get an idea what the root ball is. But I'm going to take out some of that because, so what I may start with, it's just going to happen.
Oh, boy.
I'm just going to do it.
Oh,
you know
boy.
what? I'm going to do it.
I can see why this could be scary.
Yeah, and so what I'm going to do is I'm kind of like, I don't usually do this aggressive with it, but I'm going to. You know what?
She's getting aggressive with it.
And sometimes a lot of times what I'll do is I'll do something like that, where I'm kind of like tug of war, but this one's so clumped together and there's so many roots that it's kind of, it's kind of going to be a tough one because
it's like tangled hair.
pretty much like, and so what I'm going to do.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. So I may have to.
You want me to do it?
No.
Why?
I'm good. I'm good. So sometimes you can do it a little bit easier, even if you have to. So I think what's happening here is some of the. You want to be careful if like you have like I don't even know what you'd call it, like the little, like tuber, well I guess basically kind of like tuber area or like the base of the Calathea plant. You want to not disturb. That's really you can get away with sometimes. And see how I'm like undoing that kind of like.
I don't want to do it.
Let's see. Okay, so I'm kind of undoing it there, which I hate having the roots exposed that much, but I mean, it is what it is. But now I'm going to try to like, try to assess what I have here. Because sometimes, you know how they,
Oh boy.
so I'm just trying to, the roots look great. I'm really surprised.
Basically, you're trying not to like mangle it like
well,
too
try
much.
not to cut off whatever.
Right.
Because, and I'm going to probably end up with, right here really is where
Okay.
so I'm just trying to be as gentle as I can be, which that's not really, I mean, I may just have to take off as much of this as I can
Oh boy.
to be able to get a better idea so I don't like break something that I shouldn't
Like
be
a
breaking.
main root or something? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like or the base of it. Like I'm trying not to. I mean, if you get these little ones here, it's not going to be as big of a deal.
Right.
But if you get the base of it, that can be more of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So because you think that's where that holds.
Where it's like more dense. Like
Well, where it's hold the base of the root. That's where all the rest of the roots. So it's like that's why I like the lower stuff.
Okay.
But I feel like I'm getting some resistance there. So what I'm probably getting there is part of the
main.
Do you guys know the base, what the name of that? I mean, sometimes we hear like tubers and things like that. These aren't tubers though. I don't think anyways. I need to look at what the root is like though. But surprisingly, I'm actually, this may not look like it, but I'm actually being a lot more gentle than you probably think that I am. So a lot of times like I'll just kind of like, almost like, I'm just kind of like, and I don't like doing,
SD Melissa Jackson says, my mother-in-law split her Calathea white fusion roughly and gave me half, and it thrived.
yeah, and I probably could do that as well, but I'm just trying to.
She literally ripped it in half. They said
that's where I'm going here, but I'm trying to make sure I don't, and I think I'll be okay even if I honestly, I just can feel that, because I think it is kind of like a runner is what it is actually. And so like I'm trying to make sure that the runner, you can kind of see here, trying to make sure that the runner will probably be okay. And sometimes you can make that, but I don't know where I am. So like even if I wanted to do that, I probably could. Oh, there I did it.
All right.
Okay.
Did it.
But yeah, so this will probably be fine. Now, probably what I'll do is, well, you know what, we're going for it.
Oh, we're going for 3. Okay. All right.
Now yeah. Anyway, so yeah, here we go. We've got several. I kind of wanted to do this one. Okay. I think you inspired me to just be aggressive.
Thank you, SD Melissa Jackson.
I usually don't. I don't really try. I try to be as gentle as I can, but I'm like, screw it. Who cares? So we've got 3 different plants, and actually, wildly enough, they almost look happier outside of the pot.
They kind of do,
which is weird. So I don't know what that's all about.
I was gonna say, but I was like, oh, maybe
I think it's time for new dirt.
Yeah.
But it looks cute. Yeah, so this one definitely. So we'll put it in about that size pot. And you know what I should do now? Calatheas do not like very much fertilizer, but we're gonna go for just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And then I like Osmocote. So if you're not familiar with Osmocote, it's a great brand. It's considered a natural, and I don't believe that these have like those micro. If you get the green ones, that's the micro
plastics.
You don't want that.
Nope.
That's not healthy for our planet.
Nope.
And got to be careful. We're not getting any more peat moss either. By the way, that's not also good for. So let me put this here, and then I'm gonna do kind of one of these numbers. Sometimes I like to have some of the previous soil in there, depending. I may put some granules in there too.
Plant Lady Leah says roughing up roots stimulates new growth.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there you go. Okay. Well, we roughed them up, all right.
Yep. Well, I mean, you can take a look at the roughing up I've had to do.
She's definitely roughed up a lot of roots.
I've roughed up a few roots here and there every now and then.
But thank you, Plant Lady Leah. She gave us a hand holding a rose. A finger heart is what this says.
Finger heart. All right.
Finger heart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have, let's see here.
A ladder in the way.
Okay, so now, maybe I should put this one back in here. You know what? This one doesn't look, it looks, out of all of them, it kind of looks the least happy. But we're going for it. We're going for it. We're going to put it back in his original pot.
That's the grumpy uncle of all of them. Like
something.
The least happy.
So, but I'll probably get like some big Ziploc bags that I have. Like I try to recycle them. And I try to... So that one looks the least happy out of all of them. But, yeah. So that's just... It is what it is. So we'll put this... I'll put that in a Ziploc bag. And then, hopefully... They do okay.
You're gonna put all of them in Ziploc bags?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. But
give them their own. What did you call it earlier? You called it the humidity dome.
Yeah. Like their own little eco environment.
It just reminds
me.
They'll
do great like that. They'll do.
Reminds you of that movie Biodome. Remember that?
I know. Okay. Now.
Classic.
Now that we've got all these, probably I'll water them just to kind of get them.
Nice.
And then,
they look happy.
Yeah, definitely was in need of that. The white fusion. I'm just gonna go get some.
Plant Lady Leah says she just watched that. Biodome, I guess. That is pretty funny. That thing's like, I think that movie's like 20 years old. So went with a classic. If not 30. Jeez, it's old. So there's the 3 white fusions. One turned into 3, and our collection of reused, repurposed. Most of these plastic bags are from like shipments from Amazon. Oh, dang it! Was I supposed to say that? Shipments from.
Not from Amazon. They're not from Amazon. They're from work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, I don't know. What you thought. They don't. I mean, I do keep the Amazon ones. Oh, he thinks he's not supposed to say that word because of being
I don't know.
But no, I get them from work for different things. I have a good friend who will say she knows that I'm into plants, And she knows that I like to keep the Ziploc bags, so she does that for me.
She will save them. Yes,
she
will.
does that for me. And
Thank you, Cherry.
Yeah. So, and then, okay, so there's this one that I'm going to go ahead and put that to the side.
There we go.
And then, well, that one's not Ziplocking.
Well, that
it's not doing
defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
Not always. Like, I mean, sometimes I feel like it's still... Oh, man.
Here, I got it.
It's okay. That's okay. Now, let's go to the next one. I like the ones that have, like, the little zip things on them.
Yeah, that's when you really can know that it
sometimes you can
sealed.
do like this, too. I mean, like, you know, any kind of humidity is going to be better than no humidity. So I've seen people that will sometimes just put the... So, I mean, even that, honestly, sometimes that's...
I did it.
Okay to do. That one will
You have to
probably
complete
really
it, though. You have to complete it
I
all the
don't
way.
think I want to do... this one almost needs more... like, it needs a bigger... Maybe I should just do it in this one. I do like the ones that... These are from Amazon, or I mean, from whatever you...
from that place that you can buy a lot of stuff.
I don't know what you can say on, you know...
Lives.
Yeah, so,
You were even afraid to say live. That's kind of funny.
So, okay, so there's this one. I don't want to put a ton of water in there, but enough. And then, now, we'll put this little one in here.
There we go.
Perfect. Okay.
Yay.
And, yeah, and that makes me happy. Okay.
And our splitting by division.
I wasn't planning on doing this tonight. So, and, well, you know what, though? I might actually get a bigger one for that, because I don't like the leaves touching the sides too much, because I feel like when they're in such a humid environment, a lot of times they'll get, not that it matters if the leaves...
She is particular about that, by the way.
But it doesn't matter, but I mean, if it gets a little bit soggy on the leaf or whatever, but
right.
it's just, sometimes it's kind of nice to have it, like, give it the...
Some space, a little space.
A little bit of space, and then I'm looking for the right one. It's like Goldilocks.
We're on the fourth bag right now, so.
Goldilocks. There we go.
There we go.
Better. That's better. This one, of course, is one that doesn't.
Perfect fit.
No, I don't know if this is one of those weird.
You got it.
That's weird.
Yay.
Okay, so now, all right.
So one white fusion turned into 3.
Yep, and now that is definitely going to be. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Sometimes do you guys ever like when you're?
We're gonna ship one, right? No?
Well, I mean, I don't know. They're too. I don't know if those are.
I'm sure they will not ship well, so.
Probably not.
I doubt it.
But yeah, so that's that. I just wanted to show you guys just real quick. Get on here.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go to sleep soon, but
yes, we
did
it.
But just wanted to go through that process with you guys, just because I feel like we were doing it anyways, and so I figured might as well. And then just show you an overview of everything in the plant room. Just always cleaning up stuff, always finding potting, always pest control, always moving things around, always everything in the plant room.
More chores and more chores.
I feel like we should make a song. In the plant room, in the plant room.
Yes, in the
plant room, in the plant.
We're gonna make a plant room jingle. That's what we're gonna do.
I think we're gonna do it. In the plant room.
Welcome to the plant room. Yeah. Okay. And on that note, saying farewell to the plant room.
Yes. I'll update you guys on anything. But tonight was just dividing.
Yes, we were just dividing
and yeah.
And had to show off the luxuriance. Boom. Had to do that again.
Yeah,
I was gonna show that luxuriance off. Boom.
And all right. Well, we'll see you guys
Thanks.
later.
See ya.
Good night.